How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout, the live stream where we keep you updated live on all the various different things happening in the cryptocurrency world. We give you that stuff you love, that crypto talk, and I guess today we'll start off the video with the top performers. Of course, we've got Ravencoin coming in now at 18.89 at the current time of making this video, respectively. We've got Bitcoin dominance pretty much staying the same at 50.5%. And of course, the current value of a Bitcoin at the time of making this video is $4,029. It's been pretty nice to be able to see Bitcoin maintaining itself at that $4,000 level, which is pretty exciting to see. Now the fact that we've been able to hold steady. I know, of course, the uptick in the price is long awaited, and of course, as always, we'll probably have to wait a little bit longer. But I'm perfectly fine waiting because it gives me time to fill my bags, get myself situated. Now, of course, Ravencoin, just to give a little bit of background on the crypto, because I always think looking at the top performers is a great indication of what we can expect to see in the near future with this space. And so Ravencoin is a digital peer-to-peer network that aims to implement a case-specific blockchain designed to efficiently handle one specific function, the transfer of assets from one party to another, built on a fork of the Bitcoin code. Ravencoin was launched January 3rd, 2018, is a truly open source project, no ICO or master nodes. It focuses on building a useful technology with a strong and growing community. It's interesting to see Ravencoin as the top performer at the time of making this video. Hats off to Ravencoin. And of course, shout out to everybody in the chat who's just getting here. A couple other things that are listed about Ravencoin on here is a fork of Bitcoin's code, as we've previously mentioned, the issuance schedule block reward of 5,000 RVN, block time 1 minute, coin supply 21 billion, mining algorithm X16R, unique characteristics, ASIC resistant, uses an X16R hashing algorithm to, of course, I'll let you guys do your own due diligence on these technologies, but I think it is always interesting to see stuff like Ravencoin as a top performer. Of course, taking a look at some of the real-time cryptocurrency news. We've got some of the top articles of the day. What determines the Bitcoin price? This is an interesting article. Bitcoin is currently trading at at the time of this article, it was trading at 3,969, and within a matter of seconds, this price will either increase or decrease. Bitcoin's price is driven by a number of factors, which gives its value at any particular time. What each response has in common is that Bitcoin's price is not determined by an individual. So they say an instance of an overly large supply, which has been able to drag Bitcoin's price down from $17 to 1 cent, is in 2011, with more Bitcoin lying around and fewer hands to buy. That was enough to plummet its price. News emerging from Asia, and of course now being reported to have the highest impact on Bitcoin's price, which is of course an interesting development. We know in China the mining power alone, is basically a force to be reckoned with. It is certainly something to keep an eye out for. Bitcoin's price tends to differ on a number of exchanges, despite the fact that the same value asset is being offered. And I think that personally, I see the value of Bitcoin as a future investment. But that's just me. So of course we've got Ripple CTO explains key difference between XRP Ledger and proof of work at Texas McCombs. Of course, this is David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, spoke to the news and research team from from the McCombs School of Business at the University of Texas in Austin, and explained the key difference between XRP's ledger, and proof of work protocols. Schwartz said that they started by building a, of course, you guys can go and check out this article for yourself, but I think it is interesting to see, the trends that we've been seeing building in the cryptocurrency sphere. It is certainly an interesting development to witness happening right before our eyes as cryptocurrency, is coming into its own slowly but surely. Expecting to see some really interesting things. Of course, we've got Cardano coming in as one of the top performers as well. Hats off to Cardano. We made a pretty popular video just yesterday discussing the future of Cardano. I'm looking forward to making the next video about Cardano so that we can continue following up on these various different things. And we've of course hosted a vote on the channel that allows people to choose whether and I think Charles Hopkinson is right now leading with that vote. So if you guys want, you can check out the poll on the channel and go and vote for I believe it's Satoshi Nakamoto, Charles Hopkinson, and a few others on there. Just a friendly vote that we have going on here to just get an idea of our audience's perception of a lot of these different things. Hold on one second. And it is interesting to see. I hope you guys didn't hear that loud beeping noise. But I'm pretty interested in seeing what Cardano is going to be doing in the future. I know that there's obviously a lot of people have mixed feelings about all these different things, and of course you're entitled to your own opinion. When it comes down to it, I'm not going to try and sway what you think in any specific way. I'd say you should just do your own research, into the projects that you're interested in, and allow yourself to, basically not be swayed by any, specific opinions that you might hear. But of course, the global debt clock continues to tick. Just like it's always, it's interesting to see. How this if you ask your friends what they think about cryptocurrency, and and then they tell you that it's not going anywhere, just show them this right here, and it'll give them an idea of the fact that the instability is all the way across the board, we'll see where this house of cards goes, and I'm interesting. I'm very excited to see how cryptocurrency is going to fare up. Especially in the light of a lot of these different, developments. And of course, let's look at who are the top losers. At the time of making this video, I know you guys like this kind of stuff, to check out just for fun. But of course, we've got ABBC coin at negative almost 15% at the time of making this video. And of course, maybe we'll see. Hey, the future isn't written in stone. Scottish Bull 80. Who knows? Perhaps one day we will see a $10 XRP. The future hasn't been written yet. It's still, of course, looking at the cryptocurrency space, I think everybody has different expectations when it comes to these things. And of course, clickbaity titles aside, I think that there is still hope in the space, to see where these things are, headed. I'm still remaining optimistic. I think with all the different moves that we've been seeing, of course, involving the XRP world, then of course the banking, all these different things, of course. Scottish Bull, I'm open to suggestions. Why don't you type into the chat any projects that you'd like for me to check out, and I'll be sure to include them in the content. Of course, if you think some of these. I mean, obviously everybody has different opinions, and I suppose only time will tell. In the future, you could tell me what you think about any of these different projects, and we'll see where Cardano takes us. We'll see where all these different. So you want to check out, Litecoin, MakerDAO, because I mean, it's like, you give me your list of all your favorite cryptocurrencies, and then there's going to be just as many people out there, who are going to have the same opinion about your cryptos. But all right, so let's check out Ontology. I mean, I am interested in these projects that you're naming off. I mean, I think Litecoin is pretty exciting. I'm excited to see where Litecoin is going to be taking us. But yeah, Ontology. I've done a lot of research into this project, and I think it is an interesting one. Let's see what. Ontology is the best performing cryptocurrency of the day. The coin has gained 19% in recently 24 hours and touched 1,379 during early hours. This is the highest level since November 18, 2018. The growth increased Ontology's market value. I have some of this crypto as well. I mean, I've been involved in it for quite some time now, and of course, it is an interesting one to say the least. I'll give you that. I also am a fan of Litecoin. That is a good recommendation. Of course, HOT is definitely an interesting crypto worth mentioning too. NPXS is of course a interesting one as well. Any crypto in the top 100, I think, has it can have a valid argument. We can make a case for pretty much the top 100 cryptocurrencies are pretty safe and sound, I'd say. As far as the one thing's for certain, and I think it's something that often goes overlooked, is the fact that we have to think about the fact that the fact Ethereum is still screaming by at $140. Yeah, I agree. Litecoin is very undervalued, especially right now. I mean, see, people are so quick to forget when these things, when Bitcoin was at the $20,000, the legendary $20,000 mark, and of course these things are relevant. I mean, I remember back when people were saying that Ethereum was gonna give crypto like Bitcoin its run for its money. And I think that future might still be in the making. I'm not gonna say that it's completely out of the question yet. I mean, but I suppose we'll see how things progress with time. Of course, we've got crypto is the most convenient medium through all the of course shady stuff can be committed without a personality of possibility, people getting caught and all that stuff. But recently the crypto community has detected some hints of possible activity on a new website. This is an interesting article to always keep on your radar. I mean, there are bad actors all over the place in any space, and especially with something new like cryptocurrency, it could be certainly very attractive to a lot of these different bad actors. But of course, let's see, a prominent member of the House of whatever that is in Japan, our acting president of the Japan committee, and of course Takashi has recently stated the opinion regarding the negative effects of the country's tax system on the crypto industry. Fukunaga is one of the strong opinions that Japan's tax system is slowing and developing the adoption of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Recently, Japan's financial superiority. I mean, it's crypto is developing all around the world. I mean, we can't ignore these things. I mean, yeah, I mean, DigiByte. Don't worry, I'm getting to DigiByte. I mean, might as well talk about it right now. Yeah, we've got DigiByte's doing its thing, of course. Dear DigiByte community, the Digi ID. I mean, we have to understand passwords. In the future of passwords and all these different things, security. It's right around the future of everything is going to be closely interconnected with the fate of passwords and cybersecurity and stuff like that, which is why DigiByte's definitely an interesting perspective to have on the future of cryptocurrency and all these different things. And I'm interested in seeing how DigiByte, and especially the track record that DigiByte has for itself. Very excited to see where DigiByte's going to take us moving forward into the future. It's one of those projects that it continuously is more and more exciting the more I actually get a realistic perspective. And DigiCafe is a game changer for POS. Good on the good message there from Script Skynet. And of course, DigiByte, without a doubt, multiple products. DigiID has been implemented in exchanges, wallets, and websites. Of course, Digi Assets is something worth talking about. Digi Cafe, accepted in WooCommerce. Of course, DGB and Index, and so I think that it's getting time, in this live stream for me to give my overall assessment of the cryptocurrency space, just so that you guys can get an idea of of course Tron rising, and the charts. Justin Sun led cryptocurrency, an interesting development there. For this article that definitely goes on to explore a pretty interesting perspective on that. Tron TRX resurgence was evident, since it was one of the few cryptocurrencies that showed upward price trends on one an hour and the day charts. At press time, Justin Sun led cryptocurrency saw another price hike on 23 March, making it the biggest gainer in the top 20 cryptocurrency club. At the time of writing, Tron was going up by 6.37. Definitely Tron is an interesting project. I think the decentralization of the internet, anytime I hear these buzzwords like decentralization, it definitely makes my ears perk up. It's certainly something that's interesting, to say the least. Yeah, Null's definitely an interesting cryptocurrency. We'll be getting into that shortly. But of course, we've got I want to keep buying shit coins because I need 100x Moon to get back to negative 20 on my portfolio. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting meme right there. Then I think we have to this was an interesting meme right here. Of course, the monopoly. Some players think the bank is bankrupt if it runs out of money. The bank never goes bankrupt. To continue playing, use slips of paper to keep track of each player's banking transactions until the bank has enough paper money to operate again. The banker may also issue new money on slips of ordinary paper, which is a pretty hilarious joke. I think the makers of Monopoly were pretty genius when they came up with it. We are all sort of playing a larger game of Monopoly. Remember when iPhones first came out and the apps were just like Zippo lighters and like fake beer drinking apps and stuff? God, what a moment in history. Oh my God, I know. I remember back in those days when there were all the play apps and all these different things. And of course, people go on to reminisce about the various different apps. But of course, there is something to be said how that reflects upon the future of what we can expect to see in the world of cryptocurrency. I mean, a lot of people will give criticism to a lot of these different games and stuff like that are being built on all these different platforms, but at the same time, in the same breath, they sort of fail to recognize but of course script Skynet, they will sustain the stock market, and of course Trump is in office for another year or 6, me IRL, here for Crypto Revolution. JK, I'm here because I'm depressed. Yeah, that's pretty hilarious right there. Then of course they will sustain the stock market. Yeah, I already read that one. Then of course, if you guys have any recommendations, make sure that you put them, send them to me on Twitter and stuff like that, and I'll make sure to try and catch any of those special special recommendations. But in Massachusetts, you can now sign up your utility account for clean energy savings. Claim your savings by March. What is that? That's not a piece of news. That's just a random advertisement. Anyway, 1983 McDonald's University token. Your next purchase of a large sandwich and medium Coke or Diet Coke, 1 token per transaction. McDonald's, pretty hilarious. These are all age-old tactics that have been deployed to get people to keep coming back. Kind of funny. But of course, I'm definitely excited about these prices of where we're seeing Bitcoin at right now. It is interesting. Be your own bank. Yeah, the future of banking has to be decentralized. Like we can't overlook these things. Bitcoin ATMs right out in the open. These things are already active in the real world. We got an interesting chart right here. So Bitcoin is about to have 2 absolute powerhouse trends run into each other. Of course, we've got this chart right here, and then followed by this one and this one, and then I think up is start of bull run, down is Armageddon. I have no bias. Interesting. BTC is bullish breakout from a weekly average. I'm still going to maintain with my original perspective when it comes to the cryptocurrency space. I expect things to get worse before they get better, because I think that the manipulation and the people who stand to benefit from a lot of these different things are seeking to get as cheap, make as much money as possible as they would stand to do. So, just a thought. Almost irresponsible to not invest in Bitcoin. Billy in Novogratz, but who really cares about Novogratz, right? I included him in my poll, and let's check that out. How is the voting? How's the vote going? So currently, we've got Mike Novogratz at 2% on the poll. Charles Hoskinson is up 62%. Satoshi Nakamoto at 20%. And Charles Larson at 14%. So if you guys want, make sure that you go and check out that poll and have your vote. Your every vote counts. So we'll see who wins. Right now, it's looking like Charles Hodgkinson is gonna take the cake for the day. But I think it was an interesting vote, to say the least. And it is interesting. To say the least. And we'll see how these different variables continue to reproduce themselves, respectively. If DigiByte would be implemented for iPhone AT&T. Yeah, that is an interesting comment right there. But of course, I mean, we do have some interesting things to pay attention to in the long term. But mining Bitcoin, since back in the day. Wow, look at all that freaking dust. Like that looks like my computer. Anyways, you guys, I think Tether, I mean, I'll be making an entire video dedicated towards Tether, so I'm not going to be going into detail, but I think it's just, I mean, it'll work for the time being. I mean, I'm personally not the biggest fan of Tether, but I could see why it has the fan base that it does. But all that being said, of course, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Stay up to date for all the latest and greatest cryptocurrency updates. And all that being said, I'm gonna sign off now. But thanks to everybody who's been helping support the channel with super chats and all these different things. Those super chats do go a long way towards helping out the channel. Of course, we need to continue to just keep this community going strong. Of course, remember this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. For obvious reasons. Remember, I'm not your dad. But just like to thank everybody out there who's helped support the channel, and all these different things have definitely gone a long way. And I appreciate everybody on this channel. Every single one of you has done a really excellent job in building this community, and I think we're really doing some awesome stuff on this channel, with these live streams and the meeting of the minds, and seeing how we've been able to accomplish so much. This channel's grown so quickly. It's amazing how many people are actually here. But all that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.